to the Kansas City Stars, where we talk to people who are involved in the Kansas City film industry. And did I choose the right person?
Oh, absolutely. Maybe,
Excellent.
maybe not. I don't know.
Well,
You may regret this when it's all said and done.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Well, tell us about yourself and your connection to the Kansas City film industry.
Um, wow. Do we have that much time? No.
We got as much time as you want.
Um, I'm not originally from Kansas City. Okay. However, lived here 27 years. I'm originally from Texas. Can you tell that, y'all? But no, been here 27 years, been involved in some aspect of theater, film, drama, uh, kind of right off the bat. More so in the beginning, I was involved in theater. A lot of people, we used to do a pageant over at First Baptist Raytown, which is Connection Point, and it was huge. And I was heavily involved in theater in that drama. And I kind of segued from that into acting, doing commercial work, doing shorts, doing some features and things like that. So I've kind of progressed to where I'm at now. It's kind of a process. I have an agent. I go to auditions for commercials and features and things like that. And every once in a while, out of the blue moon, I might get cast. You know how that
Um,
goes.
do you have a degree in theater? I thought I saw that.
I do. I have a degree in theater. It Back in Texas, there was a very small college called Dallas Baptist College. Now it's a big university, Dallas Baptist University, and it's a 4-year college. And I have a degree in theater
Your
drama.
actual degree is bachelor's in theater?
Yes, drama, but the bulk of the work there at DVC was theater. It was truly theater. That's where I got started, was theater.
Yeah. Now you
Yeah.
also read books to children. What is that?
Okay. I do characters. I have right now. I currently have two characters. I have a character called Granny Oops, kind of an older grandma, and then a Reading Rita. And those came in existing probably, oh, I would say 15 years ago. Um, my Granny Oops was my first true character. But prior to that, I hate to tell you this, I'm really confessing, I was a clown.
Oh,
Yes. And back in the day, clowns hosted birthday parties and entertained kids and things. Well, then, as you know, the clowning thing kind of went away because of the bad clowns. But because of my clowning and loving performance in front of children and stuff, these characters came in existence. And Granny Oops came in because I just felt like, I had little boys. I have two sons, and I started developing this character about the time they were toddlers and things. And Granny Oops is about manners, and she would forget to say those important words like "thank you, please," and "excuse me," and her mom would say "oops, oops." So it was Granny Oops. So I incorporated reading. I read a story, but I did magic, and went all over the place. I went to public schools, went to private daycares. And actually, I still perform her in the fall at a pumpkin patch here in the Kansas City area. Granny Oops. I just work the crowd, do some random magic tricks and things like that, and just engage with the kids.
wow. You do magic. I have never heard this.
Yes,
Tell
yes,
me,
yes.
and feel free to say no, but can you do a magic trick for us now? And what kind of magic tricks do you do?
Okay, well, first of all, I would have to go get one of my magic tricks. But I do things like if anyone knows magic, I do the magic coloring book. Okay, are you familiar with what that is?
No, ma'am.
Do you make a Should I go get it? I mean,
Absolutely. Let's go get your book. Come back quick.
are you okay? I will. I'll go quick. Let me get my coloring book. Hold on, hold on. Well, first of all, do you like to color?
I did as a child.
Did you really? You like to color?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, one of the things about coloring is you have to share. And some of you out there don't like to share, okay? But we're going to share today, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to share me your favorite color. Yeah, yeah. You know, you got some reds and greens and purples. So just everybody out there that's watching, just throw your favorite color towards Granny Oops. Come on, come on, come on, throw it. Throw
Blue,
it.
blue, green,
Okay.
red.
Blue, red. Okay. All right. So we get all that color, and it's kind of like, sharing. If we don't share, we're not going to get color on our pages. But if we know how to share, or it's kind of like reading. When you read, it takes time. I mean, you got to get a good book, you got to crack it open, you got to find a good book, and then you got to spend some time. And that's kind of like coloring. Okay. So we do a magic trick. I always have to say, we got to count. We got to count to 10. Do you know how
One,
to count to 10? One, two,
two,
three,
three,
four,
four.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we have to say some magic words. And we have to say, share, little friend, share. Say that with me.
Share, little friend, share.
You didn't sound real convincing. Okay, so if we all work together, you know what happens? This happens. We have color on our pages. Give yourself a hand. You do know how to share. You see your color? Do you see your
Yes,
color?
that is great. Fantastic.
But you know what? Sometimes I have to say, we have to share, we have to give stuff back. Can you take your color back? Can you take it
Sure.
back? So grab it, grab it, grab it, grab it, grab it, grab it. And then I have to count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I have to say, share, little friend, share. And then if you really know how to share, you can give somebody something and not have to want it back though. Are you ready? Are you ready?
I'm
Are you
ready.
ready? You ready? Oh my goodness. It's all gone. You do know how to share. You even took the pictures off there. Okay. So this is your typical magic trick that a magician that's basic is going to do. But because of my clowning, I just kind of incorporate that into whatever lesson that I'm sharing with, either about sharing or reading or whatever. And it's kind of like, this is my magic bag. And I always tell everybody, you got to put something good in here. And we all like to plant flowers, but we all know that you don't grow flowers. You don't get flowers in the springtime. It's kind of like reading. It takes time and you got to let it grow. So you put them in your pot, and you know what you got to put in the pot. You got to throw some dirt. You got to throw some sun. You got to throw some water, and then you got to give it time. And you got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then before you know it, you have flowers. Isn't that pretty cool? And
Yeah.
that's about reading. You got to plan it. So I just, through the years, I've just taken these magic tricks and I just incorporate it into my programs. And I go to different places and share.
That's absolutely wonderful. And, I have a grandson who's 21 months old.
There
And
you go. There you
yeah, and
go.
I think in maybe 2 years,
Yep.
he
Yeah.
would absolutely love to watch you perform. So I hope you're
Yeah.
still in Kansas City and doing it. I will try to help you get on wherever he is.
Yeah, that'd be great. But yeah, it and because I really feel like that my characters have developed through what I've done. Um I felt I've been very lucky to be able to develop these characters, and they're fun. And it's a way when I'm not real busy doing stage or doing movies or commercial, I have an outlet to share my talent. And there's not any better kids that love you than kids. You know what I mean? They're just they're great to entertain in front of,
That's
especially with magic.
yeah. I also enjoy the magic tricks.
Exactly.
Um, well, tell me, I know, and I talking about Wholesome Grove.
Yeah.
where
Yes.
you played my mother. Any comments on Wholesome Grove or on
Well, it was amazing. I mean, you did an amazing job. I had such a small part, but as you know, having been in that one and everything, the writer was just is phenomenal. As we know, Eric's just great.
Eric is writes some of the best stuff that I have
Oh,
seen come out of Kansas City. He writes things that people can watch because like I've been in a lot of things that my wife has no interest in seeing, and some of them are actually good. You know, but some of the stuff, it's just like the horror stuff my wife doesn't really
yeah,
care
right,
for, or kind of the hood
right,
movies, and I've been in
yeah,
a lot of that kind of stuff too, and I actually enjoy it and it's fun.
sure, sure.
But like the Wholesome Grove is something that my wife can watch, you know.
Yeah, and as you know, Wholesome Grove is just one of the many that Eric has written. I was in Grumpy Old Women, and just, I mean, rich script. It's a script that is truly rich in a message, in character development, just all the above. Very, very. Oh my gosh, they're really good. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
can't say enough positive.
yeah, I agree. He's done a great job. He's doing one now, Finding Tessa.
Yeah, I've
Uh,
seen
it's
stuff.
great.
Yeah.
I don't know, are you in that one somewhere? And
No, no, and that's fine. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, no,
but
I
yeah,
didn't think so, but I couldn't remember for sure. And I'm not in everybody's everything, but it's fun to
right.
be in some things. So,
Yeah, yeah,
well, tell me, like, your training at school was in theater.
correct. And that's really what I did for years. After graduating from college, I did a lot of local theater there in the Dallas Fort Worth area. And that's where I started clowning too. I had an agent there. I did birthday parties and um, uh, as a clown. And then fast forward, I was working for a communications company. I was actually back in the day, I was training people on how to use a telephone. What can I say? And
You're right on the razor edge of
yeah,
technology.
yeah. But prior to really getting into that, I was fortunate. I was in a couple of well-known productions in the Dallas Fort Worth area. You might have heard of Dallas.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
I was an extra. There's one little clip. I danced. Yeah,
Very cool.
it
Are you
was
a dancer
after.
too?
What's that?
Are you a dancer?
No, no. I just fake it till you make it. But it was after Jr. Got shot. It was at one of his parties after he got shot.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
absolutely wonderful. Now,
yeah.
what part of the Dallas metro did you live in? I used to live in Irving.
Okay, I used to live in Oak Cliff, out
Okay.
by uh, Duncanville, DeSoto.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
know where that is. I know where Oak Cliff is. Yeah.
yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, I didn't know
Um,
you lived in Irving though.
yeah, I
You're like,
lived in Irving. I mean, I just lived there 1 year. I mean, when I say 1 year, I mean April 18th, 2018, and I moved out April 18th, 2019. I
yeah.
lived
See,
there that's why I moved to Kansas City. The second time I've been in Kansas City, though.
I think you told me that. I moved out of the Dallas area and only go back to visit, but I actually moved out in '89. Well, it was '90, but I moved to New Orleans. But I did some theater at. Did you ever hear of a little town called Midlothian?
I have not.
Okay, it's out by the Duncanville, Waxahachie area. I did some theater out there. Um, I did some pocket theater over in North Dallas area.
Well, I know the
Um,
area you're talking about has a huge Renaissance festival. Were you a part of that, or was that there then?
no, I was not. No,
Oh, okay.
no, no. But I did. I started my, if you want to call it, career. After I got out of college, I got an agent there in Dallas, and I did some things. But I continued to do theater the whole time because that's at that point in my life, theater was a big part of my life. You know.
Yeah. Do you do theater
Yeah.
still?
No, I don't. And I think one of the reasons why I don't is because it is a big commitment. As you know, rehearsal, and then you got your performances. And I just kind of gradually moved towards doing the shorts and doing the features and things like that, and kind of drifted away from, because that's so much commitment. I mean, that's weeknights and weekends, and I just with a family. I have, a husband and two boys. It was hard to make that. However, I did do that up here in the Kansas City area for our big Christmas pageant, and that was obviously at Christmas time, so that was a little bit more doable, you know.
Yeah, yeah. What do you enjoy most about performing and acting in films?
Um, the character. I think being on set and being able to portray um, a character and getting into that character, and then working with my fellow actors on the set. It's just it's I can't even explain. And you know how that feel is. It's just a whole different world when you're on set and you're in character. It's great. It's great.
And I was never part of it. I've never been in a theater production. I've met, dozens and dozens of people like yourself who, in the acting world here in Kansas City, that are either have been involved in theater in the past or are currently involved in theater.
Hmm.
And one of the things that people always say they like about it is the camaraderie. Is that what you've
Hmm.
experienced?
Oh, absolutely. Because by the time you've gone from the rehearsal process to opening night, it's like you're a family. And I always say it's the character too comes to life, whatever character that I'm doing, because you're learning the lines, you're dressing in that character and the makeup and everything. And by the time opening night comes, it's phenomenal. I just can't even explain it. But again, I have so much respect for theater people. However, I don't have that desire anymore. My process has changed.
Well, what's the biggest transition for someone in theater going into filmmaking as an actor?
Oh, probably. I have always called myself very dramatic, and so does my family call me dramatic. And you can be that on stage. You can be that big character because you've got your stage and you've got your audience. So you really have to be bigger than life. But then when you become that character in a film, it's totally different. So I've had to learn how to really pull back and maybe not act as big, not deliver my lines um, in a very big way. You know what I mean? Tone things down, because I've had directors tell me, Mary, don't give me so much, or don't say that line so loud or so with so much feeling. Bring it down because you got the camera right here. You know what I'm saying? So that's been my hardest thing, is literally going from stage. But I think since I've been doing this 40 plus years, I feel like I finally have gravitated to this where I feel like I'm pretty convincing, somewhat, you know.
Yeah, yeah, and
I'm still dramatic.
I've seen people that are theater in films, like on set with me,
Hmm.
do things that are like, like I said, not trying to be comical, but like they're sad and
Yeah,
they go, oh,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it's from theater.
exactly. And you gotta pull back that way of expressing it, and do it in a very right here tight, instead of, like you said, you can't go, oh, you're breaking my heart. It won't work. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's not realistic. It's not real. Yeah.
Now, how many projects are you in a year, do you think? Including advertisements, commercials, everything.
Well, this year's been kind of slow, but probably I would say probably. Well, let me just tell you, this summer, my children's show, I did 12 to 15. Okay, and that's from June and I just wrapped up last week. I wrapped up one. So in the summertime, I'm really, really busy with my character, my children's characters, because I'm going to schools and I'm going to daycares. So in the summertime, I can have anywhere from 12 to 15. And then throughout the year, I take those characters and I will do a fall character. I'll do a winter, a spring. So my characters, I probably end up performing anywhere from 20 to 25 total. My commercials, it varies, but I was in a couple commercials this year, and I was in. Weren't we in that short? Didn't we do? When did we do?
We did, you and I this year have been in a commercial that's never aired.
Right, exactly. Um,
And we did one of those 10-hour film things,
yeah.
show a fan and
48
whatever.
hours.
We were on
Was
the same
48 hours.
team.
Wasn't it 48 hours?
No, it was 10 hours, 12 hours. It
10
was
hours.
8 o'clock
Okay.
till 4 o'clock or five
Yeah,
o'clock, something like that.
yeah,
It was 9 hours
yeah,
maybe.
yeah, yeah. And, but like I said, this year's been kind of slow. I mean, did you ever get paid for that commercial?
Yes,
Yeah, good.
they had my
Yeah.
wrong address. They
Gotcha.
put it in
But
the correct address and then I got it. I saw the old address because they showed it to me. So
yeah. But anyway, but yeah, it'd be nice for that to come out, don't you think, that commercial?
yeah, I hope so. I hope it does come out. We just
I do
spoke so
too.
fast in it. They had to speak. Did you have the same thing where you had to talk really fast?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that could hurt it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, that could. But anyway, but it depends on the time and everything. You know, it just depends on the season. But this year's been okay. Um, we'll see what next year brings, you know.
well, besides Dallas, what have you been in, or where do you have posters? Because I feel like I remember you telling me about a billboard you were on, but maybe I'm getting the wrong person.
Yeah, I was, it was a health, that was actually this time last year out of Columbia, Missouri. It was an it was a MU commercial, medical commercial. And they took that, and they took one of the shots and they put it on a billboard there off of 70 Highway in Columbia, Missouri. And they had that billboard up for months. So it was kind of funny because it was like all of a sudden, a friend said out of the blue, "Are you on a billboard?" And I'm like, not that I'm aware of. And they told me where, and that's a path that we go down to our farm. And I looked up and I'm like, that is me up there. So yeah, yeah. So they took that from a commercial, and there's from far as I know, they were airing the commercial quite a bit too in that Jefferson City and Columbia area. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
But as far as I want to tell you this, back during the time that I did Dallas, that little bitty clip dancing, Waxahachie was really big um, filming movies, and I got cast in a movie called Love Hurts, and it was Jeff Daniels and Cloris Leachman, a bunch of people in it. And my agent called and said, "You're going to be playing a waitress." So I showed up on set, and there were about four of us. There was a couple. It was me, another girl, and a couple guys, and we were at a wedding uh, service. Cloris Leachman's uh, granddaughter was getting married, and so we broke for lunch, and one of the directors came over to us, and we were all sitting together. The little caterers, we called ourselves the caterers. We were sitting together, and they said, "Just want to give you a heads up. One of y'all are going to get a line after lunch when we get on set, and we get on set. The director's going to pick one of y'all to have a line." So we were all like, "Oh, you can have the line. No, you can have a line." You know what I mean? We were all just kind of teasing. So we get on set, and we're standing there, and all of a sudden, the director goes, "Okay, I need one of my caterers to say to Cloris Leachman, 'That's it.'" And he looked around at all of us, and he pointed to me. And he said, "What's your name?" I said, "Mary." He said, "Mary, I want you to say, she's going to ask you, is there any more roast beef or anything?" And you're going to say, "That's it." And I'm like, okay. So Cloris Leachman comes on set. You know who Cloris Leachman was,
Yeah,
don't you?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So she comes on and she's just very animated and do we have any more food? Do we have any more roast beef? And she looked at me and I go, "That's it." She goes, "That's it?" I go, "That's it." So because of that, um, I got I got paid more. I got a credit. Um, so it was kind of fun. So that was something I did before I left Dallas and headed out to New Orleans and
What was the
started my
name? What was the name of the movie again?
Love Hurts.
I feel
Cloris
like I've
Leachman.
actually probably even seen it.
Yeah, it's
It
old.
sounds
Yeah,
very familiar.
yeah. It wasn't anything great, but it was my maiden name, Mary Smith. I know that's a very unusual name, but Mary Ann Smith was. I'm serious. That's what my name was. Okay. But because of that, if I ever do another SAG thing, then I have to join.
Oh, very good. That's okay. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
What'd you do in New
So
Orleans?
New Orleans, I went down there because of my communications, and I got an agent down there, and I did some local stuff. I did some grocery store commercials and different things. Can I tell you a story
Sure,
about something that I didn't get?
sure.
Okay. And I love telling this story, and I don't tell it that much because I think I finally have gotten to, after 30 years, you come to the process of thinking it wasn't going to happen. I always say it was a God thing. God had another plan. Um, but I was doing a lot of local stuff, and it was back in the day. The agent would call you up and say, "Are you available to do this? Are you available to do that?" It was on a Friday night, and my agent called. It was a brother or sister, and he called me up and he said, "Hey, Mary, I know this is late notice, but they're auditioning for some extra work in Metairie, Louisiana, at a hotel. I don't even remember the hotel. Are you available to go over there?" And I'm like, I mean, this was like 5:30 on a Friday night, and I was going out with my friends. I was single, going out with my friends, and I said, "I don't know, what's the name of it?" And he goes, I don't know. He said, "Hold on a second, let me check." And he said, "It's called Forrest Gump." And I go, "It sounds dumb." He goes, "I don't know anything about it. All I know is if you want to go to such and such." Well, I didn't go.
Mhm.
And I think back on that, I think, did I miss it? And no, I didn't miss it. I wasn't intended. But isn't that, I mean, can you imagine having put that on your resume? You were an extra in Forrest Gump. Because
Yeah,
every weekend, what's on TV?
yeah.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
Isn't that great? I love to tell that story. It's like, well, I missed my opportunity to be in Forrest Gump.
Yeah,
I
that's
probably wouldn't
funny.
have.
That's
I
funny.
probably would. Yeah, isn't that fun?
Yeah. How do you spend your spare time? I know you said you go up and down I-70.
I go up and down I-70 because we have a new grandbaby, and we're actually going to have another one coming in January. So we're back and forth down to the farm, and probably here pretty soon we're going to be probably spending more time down there living at the farm, and so we'll be back and forth, and possibly hopefully I'll get to do some maybe more acting over in that area as well, and here too. But yeah, so just spending time with family,
Yeah, is
back and
that
forth.
I know you moved from kind of south of Dallas Metro, but in the
Hmm.
Metro to
Right.
Kansas City, is it going to be a tough change to move to a farm?
No, we've been going to this farm so many years. It's kind of like home. I mean, I'm serious. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I wondered.
Not,
I had someone else on the show. I don't know if you know Ryan McChesney.
sounds familiar. Yeah, yeah.
He was on the show. He's from Kansas City and Chicago, and now he lives in Branson.
Oh wow, wow. That's
So
crazy.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought maybe you were kind of like him, where you're going to get there and say, "Oh, this is smaller than I realized." I mean, he's happy with it, but like just me, just saying that, I think that's a huge change.
yeah, it is. It is. No, I don't think so because I'll be back up here. Got an agent here, and we'll continue to submit and stuff. So it's only a couple hour ride. It's not bad at all.
Okay, here I wanted to ask you about a couple things, if you have just a moment.
Sure, you know I do.
All right, what is this first picture here?
This, I don't know where you found it, but that's Granny Oops, and that's out at the pumpkin patch that I'm at every season, and I will be out there in October. That's actually my son and my daughter-in-law.
Oh, very cool. I didn't know who
Yeah,
they were.
yeah, yeah. That's Andrew and Rebecca. Yeah, they
Excellent.
came out to
And
see. That's Granny Oops also.
okay, I thought it was this one
No,
you
no,
see.
no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's Reading Rita. What am I saying?
Reading Rita.
That's
Okay.
reading. Yeah, that's Reading Rita, and that's the character. Honestly, that's my character that I really just want to do one character. The older I get, that is the one that I really would love to really develop into something. I don't know, something fairly big.
And
That's
is
I
this,
love doing
yeah,
reading.
is this the one that you do the magic tricks with, or is it both?
I do both, but more so in this one right here. Yes, this is the one now. That's Elsie the elf.
Okay, another character.
Another character. Yes, yes, yes. That's just me. You know, it's just that's my heart is bringing these characters to life and just having fun.
You have two gentlemen Santas, it looks like. Are they both Santa?
Uh, yeah, they're cousin Santas. That was actually at the pumpkin patch. This
Oh,
is at a preschool. This is at one of the preschools. Reading Rita is sharing about reading and just enjoying herself there with the kids.
well, I'm
So
looking
yeah,
around for your magic tricks. Where are those at? I don't know. Where are your props?
my props are on the back table, right back there. There's a
Oh,
little
okay.
red basket. Yeah,
This right
I
here?
throw it. Yeah, I throw everything in my little red basket. You know,
Very
yeah, right back
cool.
there. Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah,
very cool. Let me get
yeah.
this.
Yeah, I don't know where you dug those up, but that those are fun. Yeah, I'm glad you showed those. But yeah, that's really my heart is to do Reading Rita. And I have to tell you, Reading Rita, the name Rita is actually from a good college friend back in the day in Dallas. She passed away with cancer, and she had curly hair and just was full of life. And I just felt led to name my character after her. But Rita was great, and we did a lot of theater together. We had a lot of really rapport together, and we just made things happen. And we did a lot of theater together back in the day.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I guess, and what else in your spare time do you do, like to entertain yourself? You have all these characters. You
Yes.
have things that are sporadic, like commercials and
Right.
films and things. And then you're going to a farm a couple hours away from Kansas City. What do you do when you're not doing that stuff?
Well, I am for years. I've been a substitute teacher. I actually was a building sub for up until this year, starting school starts tomorrow. I was a building sub for like 4 or 5 years and loved it. I was at an alternative school called Miller Park, and it was kids that struggled with discipline and things like that, and they were sent there to kind of work those things out. I love it. I that's my heart. Ministering and working with those kids and encouraging those kids, and it was they all find out about my drama and stuff. And I'd end up doing a character there or doing my Elfie the Elf at Christmas time or something like that. And, but yeah, substitute teaching
Okay, that's
was
your
my,
main things that you do. Where
yeah.
can we see some of your work?
Um, well, I mean, other than if you want to see Love Hurts, I mean, I'm not currently not doing anything theater because like I said, I don't really do a lot of theater. Um, I don't know. I guess I did have a few things on YouTube. You know what I mean? Some of my characters and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
you
I
can come
know.
out to the pump. You can come out to the pumpkin patch in October, and you can meet Granny Oops, and she's out there every weekend.
What pumpkin patch?
It's Faulkner and off of Raytown Road and off of 470 there. Are you
Okay.
familiar? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Then and I
Come
know
visit
Wholesome
me out
Grove
there.
is on Tubi, and you
Yeah.
can buy it on Amazon. You can watch it on Tubi for free.
Oh, I
Um,
didn't know that. I did not know
yeah, I'm
that.
sure you've been in a lot more than that. I just
Yeah, grumpy old women. I've got I mean, I don't. I should have looked,
it's all
pulled up
good.
my
It's all good.
resume, but I didn't. Sorry. I
It's
mean,
all good.
I don't. Cause yeah.
I just didn't know
But
if you had
anyway,
anything in mind that was like, here's something. If you had a big role in something you wanted to share.
uh, I would say, any of those that I did with Eric, we've done quite a few. I think his is on. Some of his are on YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah,
You
on
know,
YouTube, I think it's
I've
under
been in.
Shining Light Industries is his
Yeah, I think you're right.
YouTube.
Yeah, I think I've been in about a half a dozen stuff for him over the years and stuff like that. But
Very cool.
yeah, and I think you and I were involved in a production during COVID that ended up going. It was animated. It was what was the name of that one?
The Bell Affair.
The Bell Affair. I was in that.
You know, I did that, I guess 2020 in the summer, same as you.
Yes.
And I didn't know you at that time. And I'd met Dan Fecht, and
Mm-hmm.
he was in it. Or Rick
Mm-hmm.
Daniels, I think is what he goes by on IMDb. And I was shocked they had 3 or 4 people from Kansas City because
Yes. Yes.
this was a big nationwide search because people from New York and Atlanta, New Jersey,
Mhm.
wherever were in this. But tell us how was that filmed since it was COVID and we didn't film it together? How did you film it?
I actually filmed it in the basement, and they shipped my costumes. I don't know how you were how you got your stuff, but we set it up, and I think they sent me. Did they send us equipment, mics, and stuff like that? I think, and literally, they turned it into more of an animation as opposed to. I mean, we were going to go on location and everywhere. Remember, and we ended up doing it. I did it in the basement, set up a little area, set up a table, and did it there and recited my lines and they took it and edited it, and I thought they did a great job. I mean, I thought, yeah,
Yeah, they did I guess it's called motion capture. I know it's called
yeah,
other
yeah,
things too, but they
yeah,
like they took us and it was like really specific.
exactly,
10
exactly.
feet in front of you, chest level, like
Yes,
um,
yeah.
it was pretty spectacular. What was the name of your character? Do you remember the name of your character, or at least what your role was?
I was one of the women at that were together talking. You would ask me that.
That's all
Um,
good.
yeah, there's supposed to be three or four of us women talking about the other woman that something to having a slave or something. You know what I mean? And we were just sitting around a table, and that was basically the scene. Now you got me all. I need to pull that up and tell you the name. I don't remember the name. I don't remember the
Okay.
name.
And you were talking about her like you supported her or you were mad
Mm.
at her? What were you talking about?
I think we were talking about her, not supportive of her. Yeah.
Okay.
What
Yeah.
was that? Was it in 20? It was during COVID. It was 2020.
It was 2020 because
Yeah, it
originally,
was 2020.
yeah, it's been a long time ago, but yeah, they had
Yeah.
they wanted us all. We were all going to go to Lincoln, Nebraska. The University of
Ex
Nebraska was putting this on.
That's
And I was
exactly what
actually
you're
really
exact.
looking forward to it. It was one of the
Yeah.
biggest, like I had a real role in this, and
Yes.
I'd had other real roles too, but this was like out of state, a pretty good
Right.
sized role.
Right.
Um, I think I was like, several scenes as the judge and stuff. And
Right.
I thought it would be really fun. And then COVID came and you and I were
Yeah.
both stuck at home filming in
Yeah,
our
it was. And it was just, it was really, it was very unusual, but they were determined to get this production going, and I can give them credit. From what they did and everything I saw about it, I thought it was done well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I watched it a couple times. I'm amazed when they have people hugging. How they did that would have
Yeah,
been like it was like a lady from Atlanta and a guy from New Jersey or something.
I
They're
know.
hugging,
Hugging.
and it kind of looks like they are hugging.
Yeah. Like it looks pretty real.
It was pretty
Yeah,
amazing. Pretty
yeah,
amazing.
it is. It is.
Is there anyone when you use like your people that you've worked with a lot that you've gotten a good relationship with, like someone that you worked with a lot?
Oh, I, I mean, obviously Eric, he's given me lots of opportunities here in the Kansas City.
Yeah.
Um, people like that. My agent, just very encouraging. Um, as you know, we don't do a whole lot of live auditions, but I love going and going over to Heather Lair's office and submitting on things over there. Through the years, I've done some workshops with her, and she's been very encouraging and very, very nice to work with. I don't have, I mean, you know, Kansas City is small, but yet at the same time, I feel like it's um, it's like a family. Once you get to know everybody um, in the industry, there was a production company called Paddock, and I did a lot in my early when I was here and younger. Did a lot of commercials with them, and just enjoyed working with them, and um, just did a great deal of things with them. And um, it's just some nice people, nice people.
That's great.
Yeah.
What work have you done that you're most proud of? Either a character, a theater piece, or a film or a movie?
I think that I would say that in the past, I'm proudest of some of the theater that I've done. Um, when we were able to do the pageant work there at Raytown, it was great because we would take the life of Christ and we would put a story, and it would some years um, it would be the period, but some years it'd be a modern day story, and we would intertwine that, and it was great. It was great to see every year something new and different, and the story was brought to life and depicted in a different way. So I would say that's probably some of my proudest things is being involved in that pageant through the years, and just whenever I get an opportunity to do any of the shorts or do any of the features, um, that would be great. My goal, and I wish Kansas City was a little bit bigger, but I wish we had opportunities to do more sitcoms here. I just think that would be amazing. And that is my ultimate goal is to be in a sitcom because I am so character driven. I love doing a character. I love developing a character, being that character. And I think a lot of it has to do with theater, but being that character, I would love to do a sitcom where I could consistently be that character. I think it'd be
Yeah,
great.
I
Yeah.
got you. Um, if you had someone in town, they're only going to be in town one day, and they don't care how far they drive. They said, "Hey, I'll go to Kansas, I'll go to Missouri. I don't care where. I want to eat good barbecue. We can only go to one place." And they said, "Wherever we go is fine. Maybe you start out, you're in someplace on the Kansas side, far from Lee Summit, and then you've got to drive all the way through Kansas City, and they're like, I can stop anywhere. Tell me the best place in Kansas City to eat barbecue."
I'm probably a fuddy day. I'd have to say Gates barbecue.
Hey, I agree. Gates has got the best sauce.
I'm telling you, I just through the years, I don't know. There's just something about that hometown down there around the plaza that just something other about. I like it.
That's good. Gates
I
is
know.
great.
Do you? I
Um,
mean, yeah, yeah.
well, are there any other questions that you thought I should have asked or that you were prepared to answer that you want to say now?
Um, Probably. When do you? I expected you to ask me when I thought I would get my Oscar nominated for an Oscar. I think it's coming. I don't. I don't. Um, no, not really. I'm humbled that you asked me. Seriously, because I have done sporadic stuff here in the Kansas City area, but I am by far anyone that is, well known because it's not. And I'm humbled that you've taken the time to invite me to share a little bit about what I do, and it means a lot. I'm tearing up now because that's what Kansas City is about. I feel like that once you get in and you get to know people, we're a family, and it's pretty special. You know what I mean? It's pretty special.
Well, I'm really glad you were here, and I think you did a wonderful job. I think you're an interesting person.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're my mom for Pete's sake.
Exactly. You're my son. Yeah. Yeah, Kyle. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
when you said you had two little boys, I wanted to say three.
Exactly. You're the oldest. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're the one I don't talk about. You're the one that, oops, I forgot to mention you to my current husband. This is my oops back in the day, back in Dallas, right? Back in
well,
Dallas.
you are Grandma Oops.
That's right. That is. But thank you so much for, I mean, like I said, I tear up just, um, thank you. Thank you so
Yeah,
much. I'm humbled.
you're
I am humbled. But I just encourage anyone, don't give up on your dream. Um, you know, I got a birthday coming up. We don't need to talk about how old I'm going to be, but don't give up on it. And it's not a matter of being a star. It's a matter of enjoying your talent and your gift, and don't give up on that. And that's what I have to tell everybody. Our paths may cross. We may go different ways, but enjoy life and enjoy using that talent you've been given. Is that? Am I yammering? Am I
no,
yammering?
no, you're saying a lot of beautiful things. So thank you for being on here, and thanks for um, letting us know more about you. It was great.
Thank you. Thank you. So you didn't really want to know all this about your mother.
No, it's all good. Well, thank you. Hey, have a great rest of your day.
Okay. Thank you so much again.
Bye.
Hugs,
You're
kisses, all
welcome.
that.
Bye.
Bye.